Will the House please come to order and members kindly take their seats? Good morning. The devotional today will be led by Chris Brown, who is a voice actor and podcast host from Colchester.
This is called A Dreamer's Dream. Imagine a child staring at the stars, wondering what lies beyond. That child grows and the dreams remain, a curiosity that pushes them to explore, create, and learn. Too often the world tells us to be practical, to settle, to stop asking questions. But what if the greatest gift that we have is the ability to dream? Lifelong learning is the key that keeps the dream alive. It's not just about books and degrees. It's about remaining open and to new ideas, new experiences, and new ways to see the world. It's about never losing the wonder that once made us look up at the stars in the first place. The greatest inventors, artists, and visionaries never stopped learning. They questioned, they explored, they failed, and they tried again. When we embrace lifelong learning, we honor the dreamers of the past and inspire the dreamers of the future. So let the dreamers dream, and let us all be dreamers as well, forever curious, forever growing, and forever reaching for something greater than ourselves. Every dream is great. Every great dream begins with a dreamer, Harriet Tubman. Never be limited by other people's limited imagination, Dr. Mae Jemison. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today, Malcolm X. Thank you.
Will you please rise as Paige Manny Van Fleet of Worcester leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Members, we have 40 House bills for introduction today. With that, member from St. Albans Town, can you please offer us a motion to suspend rules to introduce bills by number only?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion that we suspend our rules to introduce bills by number only.
The member from St. Albans Town moves that we suspend our rules to introduce bills by number only. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have suspended our rules to introduce bills by number only. Please listen to the first reading of bills by number only.
H311.
To Government Operations and Military Affairs.
H312.
To Education.
H313.
To Government Operations and Military Affairs.
H314.
To Government Operations and Military Affairs.
H315.
To Judiciary.
H316.
To Education.
H317.
To Commerce and Economic Development.
H318.
To Education.
H319.
To Environment.
H320.
To Healthcare.
H321.
To Government Operations and Military Affairs.
H322.
To Government Operations and Military Affairs.
H323.
To Human Services.
H324.
To Government Operations and Military Affairs.
H325.
To Healthcare.
H326.
To Agriculture, Food Resiliency, and Forestry.
H327.
To Energy and Digital Infrastructure.
H328.
To Environment.
H329.
To Commerce and Economic Development.
H330.
Government Operations and Military Affairs.
H331.
To Judiciary.
H332.
To Commerce and Economic Development.
H333.
To General and Housing.
H334.
To General and Housing.
H335.
To Government Operations and Military Affairs.
H336.
To General and Housing.
H337.
To General and Housing.
H338.
To Commerce and Economic Development.
H339.
As a committee bill, this is placed on the notice calendar of the next legislative day pursuant to House Rule 48.
H340.
To Commerce and Economic Development.
H341,
to Commerce and Economic Development,
H342,
to Judiciary,
H343,
to Agriculture, Food Resiliency, and Forestry,
H344,
to General and Housing,
H345,
to Environment,
H346,
to Judiciary,
H347,
to General and Housing,
H348,
to General and Housing,
H349,
to Corrections and Institutions,
and H350.
to Judiciary. Members, we've received requests to read 2 House concurrent resolutions that the House and Senate adopted pursuant to the consent calendar. The first is HCR 3, which is a House concurrent resolution congratulating the 2024 Enosburg Falls High School Hornets Division II Championship softball team. Please listen to the reading of the resolution.
Whereas the matchup in Castleton of the first-seeded Enosburg Falls High School Hornets and the second-seeded Linden Institute Vikings for the 2024 Division II softball honors was hardly surprising, but what transpired on the diamond was the Hornets' amazing saga of perseverance. And whereas after a scoreless first inning, in the top of the second, the Vikings powerfully scored 8 runs, potentially sealing the game's outcome. And whereas in their subsequent trips to the batter's box, the talented Hornets proved worthy of the top-tier ranking as they stopped additional Vikings from scoring and tallied 2 runs in the bottom of the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and 2 more in the sixth to cap an amazing comeback and score a stunning 10-8 triumph. And whereas the impressive Hornets were Cameron Benoit, Cassidy Blaney, Ava Burns, Miley Decker, Annabelle Elwood, Leah Gervais, Erica Goodhue, Addison Long, McKenna Lovelett, Kaylee Murrell, Annalise Robtoy, Lillian Robtoy, Roy Schandorfer, Gretchen Stiebrus, and Allie Wells. And whereas head coach Randy Wells, assistant coaches Brad Lovelett, Shanna Lovelett, and Ryan Wells, and student manager Natalie Lovelett were proud of their team's athletic accomplishment. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives that the General Assembly congratulates the 2024 Enosburg Falls High School Hornets Division II Championship softball team. And be it further resolved that the Secretary of State be directed to send a copy of this resolution to the Enosburg Falls High School.
Next is HCR 26, which is a House concurrent resolution congratulating Alona Delsing Rosa Maher on her 2024 Paris Olympics Rugby Sevens bronze medal. Please listen to the reading of the resolution.
Whereas rugby is not the most commonly played team sport in the United States, but none is more exhilarating or exciting, and no Vermonter or American is more adept on the rugby field than Alana Maher. And whereas Alana Maher graduated in 2014 from Burlington High School, where she enthusiastically played basketball, field hockey, soccer, and softball. And she started her love affair with rugby as a member of the South Burlington High School's Rugby Football Club. And whereas initially attending Norwich University, the Quinnipiac University Bobcats rugby coach recruited her. And for the next 3 years, she excelled as the Bobcats won 3 National Intercollegiate Rugby Association, NIRA, Women's Championships. In each of these years, the NIRA named her to its All-American Women's Team. And in 2017, the NIRA honored Alana Maher as the nation's top collegiate women's rugby player. And whereas the Quinnipiac University nursing graduate and master's degree graduate of DeVry University debuted as Women's USA Rugby World Cup Sevens team member in 2018 and represented the United States in 2021 at the Tokyo Olympics, and even more exciting was her 2024 Paris Olympics appearance, where the U.S. Women's Rugby Sevens team won its first ever Olympic medal, a bronze, upon defeating Australia 14-12. And whereas following her return from France, Alana Maher was honored at an ebullient welcome home ceremony in Burlington's Battery Park, and she has used her rugby fame to promote women's sports and body positivity. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives that the General Assembly congratulates Alana Delsing Rosa Maher on her 2024 Paris Olympics Rugby Sevens bronze medal. And be it further resolved that the Secretary of State be directed to send a copy of this resolution to Alana Maher.
Are there any announcements? Member from Colchester.
Madam Speaker, good morning. I rise for the first time today on this floor, and I'm pleased to do so to welcome a constituent, Chris Brown, who provided our devotional this morning. I think he gave us a valuable reminder to remain open, to be lifelong learners, and we also got an appreciation for that voice, and now we understand why he's a voice actor. So if you could help me welcome Chris Brown of Colchester to the chamber.
Will the guest of the member from Colchester please rise and be recognized? Member from Burlington.
Madam Speaker, today we celebrate the unstoppable force that is Ilona Maher, Olympian, rugby powerhouse, body positivity queen, and living proof that you can be a beast on the pitch, a beauty on the dance floor, and a brilliant brain all at once. A proud Burlingtonian, Ilona took home an Olympic bronze medal, crushed it on Dancing with the Stars, and continues to remind us all that women should never, ever tone it down, whether in strength, style, or smarts. She's currently tearing it up across the pond with the Bristol Bears. But don't worry, her wonderful parents are here with us today to soak in the glory on her behalf. So let's give them a big round of applause, because let's be real, raising a legend like Ilona deserves a medal too.
Will the guest member from Burlington please rise and be recognized? Member from Brattleboro.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There are a number of environmental organizations here today, tabling in the card room and visiting us here in the chamber. They include the Vermont Natural Resources Council, Connecticut River Conservancy, Friends of the Winooski River, Lake Champlain Committee, Friends of Northern Lake Champlain, Conservation Law Foundation, the Nature Conservancy of Vermont, and I think that's it. And we are very lucky in Vermont to have these organizations working on our behalf, working for clean water, healthy habitat, and resilient communities. Please welcome them.
Will the guest of the member from Brattleboro please rise and be recognized? Member from Enosburg.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the 2024 Division II Softball State Champions, the Lady Hornets, representing the community and school of Enosburg Falls. With an 18-1 record, the number 1 seed Lady Hornets battled the number 2 seed Linden Institute Vikings. The Vikings started strong with 8 runs in the second inning, but not to be outdone, the Lady Hornets scored the next 10 runs for a 10-8 victory. The Lady Hornets proved that a team spirit and never quit attitude leads to success. The Lady Hornets head coach Randy Wells, the assistant coach Brad Lovelat, Shauna Lovelat, Randy Wells, and student manager Natalie Lovelat. They all deserve a round of applause for their great season. Madam Speaker, the team and some of the coaches are seated in the balcony. Please help me give them a warm welcome to the People's House. Thank you.
Will the guest of the member from Enosburg please rise and be recognized? Are there any further announcements? Member from Cambridge.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and the Rural Caucus will be meeting from 8 to 8:45 in room 10 and on Zoom. We'll be wrapping up our discussion on the current use program and then hearing from Let's Build Homes and the Vermont Housing Finance Agency. All are welcome.
Are there any further announcements? Member from St. Albans Town.
Madam Speaker, today at noon, the Vermont Future Caucus will be meeting in House Government Operations and Military Affairs in the mezzanine. There will be pizza, and we will be meeting with the Braver Angels group to hear what some collaboration we can have with them. See you there at noon. Thanks.
Member from South Burlington.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Every Vermonter is special and important, but the most special and important Vermonters in my life are here with us today. I hope that you will help me welcome my husband Fritz, my sons Wells and Freddie, and my mother Georgia to the People's House. They are seated in the gallery.
Will the family of the member from South Burlington please rise and be recognized? I'll remind members we only have one round of announcements today. Are there any further announcements? Member from Charlotte.
Madam Speaker, I could never be as funny or charming as the member from Chittenden, but I have been appointed the Deputy Commissioner of March Madness. I'm excited to announce I am second in command in all things, and since he is not here, he would like me to announce that. Well, he said, as you are probably aware, but maybe you're not, it's just 19 days to Selection Sunday. As the Deputy Commissioner, I was also not aware, but that's exciting news. So check your emails. There is more information to come. If 3 or more people from your committee sign up to participate in the March Madness brackets, then you are automatically entered into the team rankings. So I'm hoping to learn something about basketball. Thank you.
Member from South Burlington.
Madam Speaker, I want to invite folks tomorrow to room 10 for the Working Vermonters Caucus at noon. There will be pizza, but also we'll be joined by our State Treasurer, Mike Pichek. All are welcome.
Are there any further announcements? Member from Barrytown.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to let everybody know that tonight we're going to have the probably most exciting gathering of the legislative session presented by the Federation of Sportsmen's Caucus. There's going to be a mixer in the cafeteria from 4:30 to 7. All are welcome. Come on down. There's going to be raffle, prizes. It's exciting stuff. So we'll see you there.
Are there any further announcements? Member from Essex Junction.
Madam Speaker, House Democrats will meet in room 11, 15 minutes following adjournment.
Member from St. Albans Town.
Madam Speaker, House Republicans will meet in room 10, 10 minutes after adjournment.
Member from Burlington.
Madam Speaker, the House Progressive Caucus will meet in room 44 at noon today. The theme will be juvenile justice, and our guests will be the Office of the Defender General and the Office of the Child, Youth, and Family Advocate. All are welcome.
Are there any further announcements? Seeing none. Member from St. Albans Town, can you please offer us a motion to adjourn until Wednesday, February 26th at 3 p.m.?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion that this body stands in adjournment until Wednesday, February 26th at 3 p.m.
You have heard the motion. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and this body stands in adjournment until tomorrow at 3 p.m.